Hi, this is Light of the Lantern Tarot. Welcome, or welcome back if you've already been here. Today's pick a card reading is your purpose in this lifetime, an important message that your soul would like to give you. I've drawn 4 sets of cards today. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And I've chosen 4 stones or minerals. The first pile has the copper sphere. The second pile has the lapis lazuli stone. The third pile has the black tourmaline. And the fourth pile has the kunzite crystal. So please choose your reading or readings according to which card piles resonate with you the most, whether it be through your intuition or aesthetically, or if you'd prefer to choose by the stones that are paired with each reading. You'll find the timestamps for each reading listed below in the description box. Please feel free to watch as many as you like, and if they don't resonate with you, you're free to leave them, no pressure. So I'll see you in your readings. Hi, reading number 1. Today's reading is about your purpose in this lifetime and a special message that your soul would like to communicate with you. Your mystery card is the Creator archetype from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. Beautiful. And I drew also another descriptive card to go along with it, and it turned out to be the Inspiration of Pentacles. This is from the Tarot of Oneness Pocket Edition. I always list all the decks below in the description box. And this would be the Page of Pentacles, so we'll talk about that too. And your reading was piled with copper, which is a powerful conductor of energy, grounding, and alignment. So let's look first at our main card, which is the Creator card. And I'm seeing right away that the background seems to be an iris of an eye. And there are all the colors of the rainbow in it. And there's also a hand holding what seems to be either a pen or a paintbrush. And the Creator archetype speaks to a person who is very innovative, full of ideas, and very connected with their soul as they bring these ideas down from their higher self or from the field of consciousness around them, and are able to birth them into the world. The Creator is extremely powerful. So I'd like to read from the book about the Creator card. Okay, so it says, Creator, the artist, the alchemist, the innovator. The Creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges. With meager, minimal, and outlandish materials, the Creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates perceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The Creator does this first by being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different. And second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. Whether we call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity, it remains nameless. It is the Creator's lifelong companion. And this is what I meant by the message that I was getting, that the Creator is very connected to their soul, because it's through this direct connection that they're able to birth these ideas and innovations into the world. And they have a lot of power, because in order to have an idea and actually follow through with it and create it, requires a lot of power, a lot of follow through. So this is really beautiful and already powerful. I can feel it already. The Page of Pentacles is interesting that it came out, because the Page of Pentacles is a figure who's really curious and really enthusiastic and young at heart, and they get inspired. In fact, there's a little light bulb on the image here. They get inspired and then they study up on these ideas that they have, and they really dive in wholeheartedly. And I'm seeing there are also mushrooms here, and it's just bringing to mind the fact that mushrooms are magical, and they form a network that weaves itself through the forest and carries information and nutrients to various aspects of the forest. And so I think that this is a really vast and expansive figure here, the creator. Somebody who really connects the dots and is able to really spread itself into life. So anyway, let's get some more oracle cards and see how this reading evolves. Okay. Let's see, I'll put this here. Maybe I'll put this down here right now. Can you see that? Okay. So let's see here. Spirit, can I get a card from this deck, please? Okay, this is our card. Card from this deck. Okay. A card from this deck, please. This is our card. A card from this deck. Thank you. And I'd like to get one more card from this Tarot of Oneness. They're really beautiful, and it'll give us a little bit more information to start with. Okay, oh wow, strength, and it came out face up. Strength is self-explanatory. It's all about inner strength and manifestation, being able to achieve through your inner strength. And this image is the hand of the viewer. Because just to back up a second, this deck is really interesting the way it's done. It's kind of like your perception, the reader's perception. You're looking at a card through your eyes. So the hand here would be your hand, and it's petting the bear. So it's showing that you've come to the point where where you've tamed the bear or the lion in the original Rider-Waite-Smith decks. You have such a peaceful and trusting connection that you're able to pet the bear here, which is really interesting. I'm feeling a lot of yellow. I'm feeling a lot of solar plexus energy in this pile. And well, it could also be that the book is yellow. I'm seeing yellow here as well. I feel the power of the solar plexus, the power of self-expression, the ability to bring forth an idea and actually express it and birth it into the world. And it really does take a lot of power and focus to do that. And the strength card is perfect. It makes perfect sense. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, lepidolite. Let me show you the image. Recall your dreams. Okay, great. Then we have Durga. Let me read about this goddess, because clearly she has a message for us. Okay, so this is the Feminine Myths Oracle by Anna Noves. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. Okay, Durga, speak. It's time to break your silence. The time has come to launch your voice to the world. There is something magical about the spoken word. Feel the power to express truths that inhabit you. Trust in my presence to give you confidence. Okay, so we're talking again about confidence, self-confidence, solar plexus energy. So that's really coming through strong. Durga encourages us to communicate better. Staying closed in ourselves won't solve our problems. It just leaves us with the feeling that solutions are always far away. The message here is to vocalize what you are feeling, as this forms our connection with the world. This is an important step towards change in ourselves and our surroundings. This goddess was born during the war between the gods and demons in Hindu mythology. Her destiny was to rid the world of evil. With her golden skin and her multiple arms, she was most powerful of entities. First, she defeated the demon Mahisa, who was constantly changing shape. Afterwards, she defeated the demon Durga, whose name she appropriated. Durga is represented riding a tiger or a lion. Okay, and again, that is strength card energy. So the message is very clear. This creator archetype is a powerful archetype, and you chose this purpose in this lifetime when you incarnated on Earth in order to make sure that you are going to be able to bring through your ideas and birth them into the collective and succeed at doing that. And by doing that, you need a lot of power. I'm noticing now that the number of the card is 22, and that's perfection, because the Master 22 is the Master Builder, somebody who is very powerful and very capable of bringing form to ideas. So that's perfect. Let's see what else we have here. Going forward, okay. Again, we have the yellow energy here from the sun. Ghostlands. Interesting. Your mission could have something to do with discovering hidden lands or information from other civilizations. I'd really like to understand more about that. And number 17 is the number of the star card in the tarot. And the star, it often makes me feel like it's a card of guidance. I mean, it is so many things, but guidance forward. And it could be that through the study of mysterious civilizations or places, you are able to connect with another aspect of yourself or be inspired in order to come up with an idea to bring into this lifetime. So let's jump into the tarot and see what we can learn about your purpose and the message from your higher self today. So Spirit, can I get 4 cards out, please? To help with this message for reading number 1 about their purpose as the creator archetype here in this lifetime. Thank you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what we have here. The Ace of Swords. The King of Swords. Okay, wow. The sword suit is the mental suit in the tarot. And the King of Swords is the culmination of all the court card energy. And these court cards signify either an aspect of yourself or somebody in your life who is coming into your life to help with something. But I really think that we're talking about you. We're talking about your soul's purpose here in this lifetime. And so this is you. And the fact that you got a king right off the bat shows you are absolutely powerful and capable. And that the King of Swords, the sword suit being the mental suit, the King of Swords is excellent at achieving his goals in a very decisive and straightforward way. Here he has 2 swords, and he's they're on either side of him. He's got this stance. He's got the stance of the Emperor in the Emperor card in the Major Arcana, which is very self-confident And even the way he's sitting indicates that he just knows his power and he knows that he's capable. He has an eagle flying over his head, and eagles are often the spirit animal that speaks to clarity, greater sight, being able to see from a different perspective, a perspective above us. And so he's a leader who is able to follow through, get things done. He's successful, and he does this with clarity and intention for truth, to bring the truth forward. So I think that's an incredibly powerful card to just come out right away. And the Ace of Swords is perfection, because it shows that you have possibilities that come to you. And I mean, this is basically the idea that comes to you, and then you just, boom, manifest it. You know, you're just able to get it done. So that's really amazing. Wow, then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we're seeing here again the bear. So it's bringing to mind again the Strength card that was one of your indicator cards. And the Ten of Pentacles card speaks to, the Pentacle suit is all about earthly things, material things, money, health, home, everything related to material abundance on earth, let's say. And the Ten of Pentacles card speaks to having succeeded. In the Rider-Waite, the original Rider-Waite-Smith card, there's a man who's often of an advanced age, who's surrounded by his family, and there's often depicted a home in the background. And so it signifies success, basically. So, I mean, I'm not surprised here. We know for sure that you're a very strong person and that you work with integrity. Truth is important to you. You're very straightforward, and you take things seriously. I'm drawn back to the Page of Pentacles here, who loves to, once they have an idea, loves to study up and move forward. They've got a lot of enthusiasm, and they're self-directed. It might be a young energy, but it's just the beginning of the court card journey. And considering you already have a king out here, shows me that this is easy for you. You're able to move through this a lot, and you probably come up with a lot of ideas in your life. You quite probably are an entrepreneur of some sort, somebody who enjoys being the person in charge, or at least in control of your vision, your strong vision that you have. And this role can be expressed in so many ways. I mean, here we have the paintbrush, so it could be the artist, but I'm thinking it's absolutely, could be any sort of business owner, and somebody who just has a really strong vision and is able to create just about anything they desire. It doesn't have to do with any one sector. It's really overarching. And in fact, we got the Ghostlands card, and I'm seeing now the Going Forward card. So it's almost as if you're also intrigued by things that you don't understand, but that you move forward and you study up on them, and you kind of figure it out. You find your place, and you're able to unearth the mysteries in some way and create. Let's see what else we have here. The Empress. Okay, this is the creator and energy. So, okay, I mean, this message is so clear. Your purpose on Earth in this lifetime is to be a creator, and you are really, really well connected. You're connected to your higher self and the higher realms. So you really don't have problems with this. Ideas probably come to you all the time, is my guess. And you do have the power, the endurance, and the determination to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. So it's really about what choices you make, what interests you, what your greater interests are. I'd like to read really quickly about Ghostlands, because I'd like to see if there's some information that will help us understand why this card came out. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. That's key. That is absolutely key. Okay, that's super helpful. Let's see here. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there. You can take measured steps toward a goal or dream, moving forward. Okay. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. That's great. That's so helpful. So one of your messages from your higher self at the moment is to make sure that you're living in the present moment. And because you being a person who gets these ideas and is totally capable of actually bringing them to fruition, might have a tendency to always be looking ahead, looking at what you think needs to be done in order to reach your goal. But something that your soul would really like to express to you is to remember to live in the present moment. And they say it's actually easier for us to channel when we're living in the present moment because we're more connected with our inner child. And our inner child is the most authentic version of our soul in this incarnation. Not the most mature, not the one that is actually learned all the lessons and gotten to a point of the most strength, let's say, but the one that really follows its heart and isn't afraid to dream, let's say. And then I'm looking here again at the recall your dreams. So this is really, really important to bring this focus in your life also into the present moment. You're going to get the ideas and you're totally capable of moving forward with them. But to remember that it's not a race to get to the finish line. It's really about living in the moment and therefore being more connected with your soul and able perhaps to better understand what it is exactly that you do want and how to bring it forward in the most clear and authentic way. That's what I'm feeling. Let's get a couple more cards from the tarot. Spirit, can I get 2 cards out, please? Okay, there's 1. And here's 2. Okay. So let's see. I'll just go like this. 2 of Cups. I'm feeling, the way I turned it, there's really no way of knowing, but I'm feeling that it might be in reverse. So let's see. And the Maiden of Pentacles. The Maiden of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles. So we got the Page of Pentacles twice. And the pages often speak to the inner child because it's the youngest energy of the court card procession, let's say. And so this is really important for you today to understand that, oh my goodness. And she also seems to have a little, look at this. She seems to have also like a small bear next to her. The bear theme is really, really strong today too. So she's got strength with her. It needs to grow because she's the young page energy. But again, this is the card that speaks to being so curious and having a lot of ideas. I guess these are all the little ideas. And moving forward and studying up on everything and figuring out where you want to go. And so it's all basically saying the same thing. Now, the 2 of Cups, which I took in reverse, I'm really not sure if it was in reverse, but the sense I'm getting from this is that the 2 of Cups can speak to a partnership with somebody else, but it also often speaks to a balance within ourselves. A balance of forces between, let's say we could even speak to the feminine energy and the masculine energy. The feminine energy being the more receptive and intuitive energy, and the masculine energy being the more action-oriented and determined and protective energy. And this could be drawing attention to the fact that it's an advice. It's saying to be mindful of balance, of the balance of these two within you, and in order to have more strength to channel forward with your ideas, to create with your ideas. So that's really interesting. So let's get a couple more cards out in conclusion and see what Spirit wants to tell you about your purpose. Okay, I see this one and this one. Okay. The Chariot, beautiful. And Justice, wonderful. Okay, so the Chariot is speaking to the fact that you are totally in control of your life and your destiny here on earth. As long as you understand how to take into consideration opposing forces and balance them. So it's another card of balance. And Justice is also a card of balance, and it's speaking to truth. And we were already learning this message with the King of Swords. So your authenticity and your sense of truth are really, really important in this lifetime. In order to bring your creations forth, Spirit is saying here to make sure what your dreams are. It says recall your dreams. So I'm thinking that it's having more to do with your dreams as a child in terms of themes, but it could also be your dreams at night because dreams during the night have messages for us, and they can totally help guide us if we remember bits and pieces of them when we wake up in the morning. And so it could also have that meaning. But I'm seeing here that Spirit is saying that you're perfectly capable and you are here to be a creator and to bring forth manifestation in material form on this planet through your clear ideas, through your sense of authenticity, through what is important to you, all the while making sure that you are staying in the present moment as much as you can and not just always working towards a goal. And then once you reach it, moving on to something else. Making sure that you're taking the time to channel your messages in the present moment. You're more receptive that way. And trying to take into consideration being balanced in your strength, in your feminine and masculine traits, let's say, because everybody, this is not gender related. Everybody has both of these forces within them, and a balance creates the most inner strength you can have. So Spirit is explaining that balance in every form is really, really important to you, and it can ease your process of bringing forth creations. The Chariot was also speaking to the same thing. The Chariot card in the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot depicts a person in a chariot with two horses, a white horse and a black horse, and that's precisely what it means. It's a duality of whatever form you'd like to speak of. It's the good and bad don't really exist because that's all judgment. But it's positive forces and negative forces. It's the play between feminine and masculine and feminine. There's always this element of duality, let's say, and just to take into consideration balance and justice and the King of Swords, your truth, what is most important to you, to not choose some sort of creation or idea, or if you want to start a company, not choose an idea that isn't important to you. You're really to make sure you follow through with something that means something to you, something that it will fuel you to move forward in a more successful way. And again, to take the time to live in the present moment and move forward from that state, not from a state of always trying to reach the end goal. And you are so powerful. We have so many cards out here that attest to your power. And, the Empress, the Chariot, the King of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Strength card. We have the bear all over the place. The bear spirit animal speaking of clearly inner strength, being grounded. This is important too. I think this is another message that needs to come in. We have this beautiful countryside here, so remembering to stay grounded and possibly to get out in nature to help you with that. And, you have your ideas, follow your truth, and consider your inner child, and you'll be more and more connected. And this is what you're here to do. You're here to come up with ideas and bring them forth into form. So your soul has probably had many lifetimes doing this, and this is the perfect time for you to do it. And to consider it in any way, just whatever's important to you. Anything that you create is going to have the possibility to open doors for other people, or to take care of the planet in some way. It could be some sort of sustainable solution or something. You could be dreaming up an idea for a company to do some sort of, work to help the planet or to help people. Or you could be an artist and your artwork has messages inside of it. It has information through the use of color. I'm seeing a lot of color here. Through the use of color, which is really frequency and information, and through the use of form, and it can communicate messages to people or make them feel things or activate them. So whatever it is that you do in your life, or you could also be a homemaker, you could be a parent, you can, whatever it is you do has the ability to help the collective. And that's why you're here at this incredibly important time on Earth. And so the sky is the limit. You can do whatever it is you want to do. And that's such a beautiful message. And it is so clear. So follow your dreams, stay grounded, live in the present moment, and work from a place of authenticity and your truth. And you'll do beautiful things in this lifetime. So I hope that this message resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe to the channel. That would be wonderful. And I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye, reading number 1. Hi, reading number 2. You've chosen the mystery card, the Fool card, which is a descriptor card, and the lapis lazuli for the reading about your purpose in this lifetime and a special message that your higher self would like to give you. So the mystery card is the Eternal Child. It's not what it sounds like. This is a beautiful archetype about somebody who's very connected to their inner child and to joy and to their soul. And somebody who knows how to enjoy life, somebody who knows how to live life to the fullest. With this archetype, we often find people such as actors, musicians, artists, possibly people who travel for a living, blogging about, specific subjects like visiting sites or talking about cuisine or just influencing in some way, following their highest excitement and going out into the world, let's say. I thought it was interesting that the Fool card came out as a descriptor, because that's pretty much exactly the point here. And the Fool in the Major Arcana, which is actually the very first card in the tarot, is all about stepping out into the unknown and having the courage to do that, possibly sometimes because you're not necessarily thinking out all the details beforehand. But without the Fool stepping out, there would be no Fool's journey. There would be no journey of life. So it's a really, really important archetype. And the lapis lazuli is a beautiful stone with spiritual properties that bring clarity, truth, aids with psychic awareness, meditation, spiritual understanding. And so these go really nicely, because the life of the Fool and the Eternal Child must be very authentic, in the sense that if you're following your heart and going out into the world and exploring, you want to do it with a strong spiritual connection and clarity, let's say. So I'd like to read about this archetype, the Eternal Child. This is from the Archetypes, the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krans. The Eternal Child. The Eternal Child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The Eternal Child wants to mix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return, with plenty of friends, to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want a sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the Eternal Child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The Eternal Child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. Wonderful. So we're seeing how this archetype as a life purpose is incredibly important and precious in a life where we as humans use our five senses, and we're here with the ability to create whatever it is we desire. So let's get some more oracle cards out, and then and we'll move into the tarot to try and learn more about this message. Okay. Can I get a card, please, Spirit, from this deck? Okay, I'm seeing this card. Can I get a card from this deck, please? It's pretty big for my little hands. Let's see, I like this one. A card from this deck, please. Okay. One from this deck. Okay. And then I'd like to get one more of these tarot cards from the Tarot of Oneness, from the Tarot of Oneness Pocket Edition. Wow, it already came out. Okay. So let's have a look at what we got. The first card out is Azurite, Get Laser Focused. Okay, that's interesting. And this would be part of the message of advice, possibly from the higher self, that just as a reminder that sometimes planning beforehand or making a decision beforehand can help bring more structure to the adventures you embark on. Could be. Okay, let's see. We got Mai. I don't know how to pronounce that. But let's read about this goddess, because I don't know who she is, and we'd like to hear her message. This is the Feminine Myths Oracle by Anna Novas. Again, I might have mispronounced that. I'm sorry. Okay, cycles. Mai gives us the courage to start a new phase in our lives. Okay, absolutely. We have the Fool. That makes perfect sense. Death and rebirth are concepts that require wisdom to assimilate. This is the gift of Mai, to give lightness to this passage. She knows this is difficult, so she offers her tenderness and understanding to comfort us during the process of liberation. Mai is the moth woman in a dreaming story of the first peoples of Australia. The myth says that one day she couldn't resist flying close to a snowy mountain, where she ended up falling. When the rain melted the snow, the colors of Mai's wings turned into spring flowers. Wow, that's beautiful. So we're talking not just about following your greatest excitement and making this sort of your credence for your life purpose, but also understanding about the cycles of life and birth and death and rebirth. So that's interesting. Then we have pleasure. Okay, perfect. Because clearly the inner child, the best aspects of the inner child archetype definitely follow their pleasure. And in fact, there's a path here. And there's a meadow with flowers and a deer. That's a beautiful image. Then we have strength. Okay. Strength came out in a different form. And it came out as a tarot card, actually, in reading number 1. So, you know, it does take inner strength to follow through on a life that has fewer limitations. There is a certain degree of the need for self-mastery, I would think. And the number 44 is an interesting angel number, and it has something to do with being on the right path and being protected by the angels. The 4 is the number of stability, and so that makes a lot of sense. I'm seeing that the girl here, the figure here, seems to be stepping off a cliff, almost like the Fool, and yet she's holding the earth up with another hand. And so there does seem to be some degree of a feeling of lack of stability. So, and I guess that's why strength would come in. It would be important. You would have to be very strong to be able to confront unexpected issues that come up in your life when you're not able to plan and take the more well-worn path, I would imagine. And then our last tarot card is the 2 of Wands. Okay, and again, this is about, there seems to be like a lens here, and the person, this deck is in first person, so the reader is basically, that would be my hand, for instance, or these would be my feet. And so the reader is holding the lens and looking through it. And the 2 of Wands is all about making a plan. So I think that while this archetype is really wonderful for having courage and a huge amount of unbridled curiosity, the message that's coming through here is that it is really important to plan and get focused in order to not just kind of go through life trying this and that and not following through. That seems to be the case for me. The other thing I'm noticing is on the Fool, the first person about to step off the cliff, there seems to be this sort of vortex, this colorful vortex, which is reminding me of the rays here in this image. And the Fool card in the tarot is associated with the planet Uranus, and Uranus is really all about things being stirred up in order to get something moving and get something going, and there's usually a whole lot of excitement involved. So I just noticed those details there. I thought that was interesting. So let's get some tarot cards out and elaborate on the message about your purpose in this lifetime, having to do with the archetype of the eternal child and what that will bring to the world around you. Spirit, can I please have 4 cards to elaborate on this message? Okay, there's 1. 2. We got the Fool again. Oh, wow. It's so clear. Okay, the 9 of Swords. So there is some a level of anxiety, which might have to do with the fact, it could be that when you live your life in this way, where you really get excited about so many things and you're ready for the next adventure, it could be that you feel unsafe at times and actually have some anxiety over your situations. So, you know, when you're blazing a trail that no one else has already blazed for you, you have a lot more responsibility. And so it could be that while you are a type of soul that really wants to go out and experience all sorts of things, it doesn't mean that it's always easy. And in fact, I'm drawn back again to the Strength card. So that's interesting. The Fool card is totally self-explanatory. This is absolutely your energy. And again, the benefit would be, adding to this energy would be to make an attempt to plan ahead of time as much as possible, so that you're not just stepping off the cliff and seeing what happens then. It'll alleviate some of this anxiety. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, the Eight of Wands. And this card speaks to a lot of momentum forward. So and again, I'm being reminded of the Uranus energy. I'm realizing that your life is probably extremely exciting. But again, that could lend to some of the anxiety that you have at times, because it might feel a little bit less safe. But let's see what else we have here. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that's beautiful. And you have 3 different suits here. So there's like really the whole gamut. Just back for a moment to the Nine of Swords. The sword suit is the mental suit. So again, we were talking about anxiety and fear and stress. The Eight of Wands is the wand suit, has to do with passion, action, drive, inspiration, which is something that comes very naturally to you, being the eternal child archetype. And the Queen of Pentacles is interesting because I really feel like she's an aspect of you. And again, it doesn't have to be gender specific. The Queen, a strong, compassionate, nurturing leader who is receptive to the world around her and is a good creator. And in fact, she is a creator here. And I think this is an aspect of you in the sense that you can absolutely, using your archetype, you can absolutely embark on a project, or even be an entrepreneur of some sort, if you get focused and figure out a way to do that. Something that's jumping into my head is on YouTube, when you see travel bloggers or food bloggers, restaurant critics, people like this, where you have a clear idea of what you want to do. You have a sort of system that you can work in, yet it allows you the freedom to travel and meet new people and have new experiences. And so the Queen of Pentacles would be the perfect energy to embody in your life, because it would give you both a sense of freedom and also a sense of stability. And being a queen, she has succeeded. So that's really beautiful. Let's see what else we have here. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog is protesting again. So I hope she's not bothering you too much. Just one moment, please. Okay. Let's get 2 more cards out. Spirit, can we elaborate on this message about the life purpose of reading number 2 and the message from their higher self, which I think we pretty much understand easily already, but I actually like this one. But, and this one, that was easy. But let's see what you have to say. Okay. The King of Pentacles. Okay, well, perfect. So your strengths are definitely, you have all the ability to organize your passions and your curiosity and be extremely successful. These are the Queen and King. You can't get better than that. And these are the Pentacles suit, which is the material suit. So we're talking about physical things like wealth or health, home life. But your home, it looks to me, is probably, at least there's some traveling involved, let's say, or you move from place to place. So home doesn't, home is where the heart is. It doesn't have to be that you stay in one place, but it's a physical thing. So I think that your purpose, it would just be so wonderful if you were able to find a way to do this, organize yourself in a way to be able to do this, to be able to follow your heart, be expansive, bring joy to the people around you with your beautiful big heart, considering you're very in touch with your inner child, and you know, make success for yourself so that you're able to sustain yourself and you have some sort of safety and security. And then we have the Ace of Swords, and this, I just heard, all it takes is an idea. The sword suit, again, is the mental suit, and the Ace of Swords is the opportunity or idea or sudden clarity that comes to mind that gives you your laser focus to work towards a goal. And so it seems to me that your advice was to get laser focused and to make a plan, but that the tarot is telling you that it will happen, or it has happened, and so you have all the tools you need, basically. The message is so clear to me. You have a bright light that you shine out into the world, or that it would be beneficial to shine out into the world if you are hiding yourself a little bit. And you made a decision before you came into this lifetime to experience life the most you could, you know, within reason, being responsible and being careful not to, you know, get addictions or things like that. But because, you know, we're all human and sometimes it's hard to just like let yourself go all the time. But to really consider that your sense of joy and excitement and curiosity is actually what you're here for, because you inspire others around you by doing this, or you bring information to them. Again, back to the bloggers, you know, you bring a wealth of information to people, and, you know, it helps them in their life too. And possibly just as well, just being around you is probably super beneficial for people, because you do bring this special amount of light into your life, and this is a huge inspiration, and it makes people feel good. So, and it has a butterfly effect, so it's a beautiful thing. So let's just see if there's maybe one last message, but I think it was really, really clear. So let's see here. Okay. The Two of Swords, okay. Beautiful, okay, whoop. And the Moon and the Empress, okay. Wow, that was a lot of cards, a lot more than one. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's do this. Okay, the Two of Swords speaks to the importance of following your intuition, and the stone that was paired with this card in the beginning was the intuitive stone, the lapis lazuli, and so to make sure that you are allowing yourself the peace and quiet at times to go within and actually receive messages from your guidance team, or excuse me, or spending time in nature, doing anything that is relaxing to you, so that ideas can come to you, and so at that point you can make a decision about how to, you know, what plan to make to move forward. The Moon indicates that indeed at times things do feel a bit unsafe or cloudy, like perhaps you don't know how something's going to turn out, or you don't know, or you're in foreign territory where you're unclear of how to proceed forward. And again, the need for meditation or some sort of inner work to try and understand how it is you feel about situations, or try and receive inspiration from your higher self or your guidance team about you know, a beneficial way forward would be really important, and would help settle you and make you feel less unsure of yourself at times, I think. And then you have the Empress, which is a beautiful card of the feminine creative energy, and how this energy brings forth something new. And again, we had the Mai card that was speaking to death and rebirth. And so it's all cyclical, and you can bring life to many new projects or situations in your life. You know, it all goes in cycles. So this energy is with you. And if you don't like something, if you're not enjoying any longer what you're doing, you can always, try and go within and receive guidance and figure out what some other ideas or inspirations about what some other projects you could do and move forward in a new cycle. So I think it's all totally supporting each other, and it's important to have fun and experience life, use your 5 senses, stay in the present moment, yet have a plan, at least a loose plan, about your goals, so that you don't find yourself just stepping off a cliff and not actually being able to share your message with the world around you. So I think that message was really pretty clear, and it's a beautiful message. And if the message resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe if you'd like to hear another reading, and comment on which pile you watched. That's always super interesting and helpful to the other readers, and also to me and my channel. And I think it's really beautiful, and I wish you the best of luck with everything, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, reading number 2. Hi, reading number 3. You've chosen the black tourmaline stone, the 7 of Pentacles descriptor card, and this mystery card. Let's have a look at what it is. Okay, it's the archetype of the healer. Beautiful. Wonderful. I'd like to read from the guidebook first. This is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. And okay, so here we are with the healer. The light worker, the gifted, the old soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya, excuse me for my pronunciation, means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros, which is the snake that eats its own tail. The eternal loop. Okay, well, that's beautiful and very self-explanatory. I mean, the book was explaining that the healer is not just an archetype for some, but also to a certain degree for all. But some people choose this archetype to bring it to life in their lifetime on a more substantial level, let's say. And since I drew this card, the 7 of Pentacles, which is all about taking care of the seeds that you've sown in order to make them grow into something nourishing, let's say, I'm really feeling that this is definitely an intentional process for you with this healer archetype. And the black tourmaline is a stone of protection and purification and grounding. And again, these are aspects that are beneficial to the healer in healing work. So I think it's super clear. So let's get some more oracle cards out and then move into the tarot and expand on our message about your purpose in this lifetime and a special message from your higher self. Yeah, so let's see here. Put this here. Okay. Spirit, can I get one of these cards, please? I'm feeling this card here. I'd like to get one of these cards, please. Ah. Let's see, seeing this one. Okay. One of these cards, please. I think that's our card. Okay. One of these cards. Seeing this one here. And I'd like to get another one of these tarot cards from the Tarot of Oneness. These Pocket Edition Tarot of Oneness cards. All of the cards are always listed in the description box of my videos. Oh, one just fell out. Okay. So let's see what we have. Okay, blue lace agate. Find your calm. Okay, interesting. So the healer has often goes through a lot of challenges in life. Not to say that no one else goes through a lot of challenges in life, but very much so for the healer, because it's important, as the book was also stating, it's important to come in forgetting and then work your way into a state of reconnection with spirit. And so they're often very sensitive. And so find your calm would be a very crucial message to try and work through this sensitivity, which at times can really unsettle you, especially if you're healing for someone else. And this, I'm trying to think, it seems obvious to me that a healer, some very, very obvious like career choices, let's say, for a healer would be, doctor, nurse, anybody working on the front lines. Also, teachers and counselors, anyone who really wants to help guide other people in life. And so a lot of these situations are very stressful, and it is really important to be able to find your calm. So let's see what else. Okay, we have Isis. Beautiful. Let me read about Isis so we can get your message here. What the book says. Okay, and this is the Feminine Myths Oracle by Anna Novas. Okay, protection. Isis knows our power, the power of our love, our willpower. She wants us to embrace this force to protect what is important to us. This is how the goddess wants us, empowered and developing a strong relationship with the world. Isis is the great mother goddess of the Egyptians. She represents magic, healing, and rebirth for her people. After her brother Seth dismembered her husband Osiris, she went after each piece and reassembled him, bringing him back to life. Okay, that's beautiful. So clearly she is a beautiful guide and reminder of the importance of not just healing other people, but also healing yourself in order to be able to heal other people. So, finding the calm and the center and the alignment is absolutely crucial for somebody with your archetype. So then we have embracing. Beautiful. I love that. That's so pretty. With all the sparks. They remind me of fireflies. I love fireflies. They're so magical. Beautiful. And this is a stork. So I'm thinking of, the stork that brings the baby. So again, sort of like a healing and nurturing mission, let's say. Okay, then we have wishing well. Okay, I actually think I want to read this one too, because I'm not sure it means exactly what it sounds like. So let's see here. Number 48. And this is the Enchanted map, oracle cards. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well. Then trust in spirit. Prepare to be amazed. That's beautiful. It's coming to mind now when an energy healer, when someone goes to an energy healer or to, let's say, a past life regressionist with some sort of physical issue or an addiction, and the healer knows how they want to, they know that they want to help this person release them from the addiction or the problem, the physical ailment, whatever it may be. But most of the time they just have to trust in spirit to help guide them to do it in the right way. And they really just act as a conduit, a channel of that magical spiritual energy, which in the end is what brings forth the healing in the person. Like with a past life regressionist who needs to kind of know how to ask the right questions, but step back and let spirit guide the person who is within their subconscious to bring forth the information that will free them or transmute the problem that they have. And so this element of trust is fundamental, trust in the unknown, basically. Okay, then we already looked at the 7 of Pentacles, and now we have the 8 of Pentacles. Wow, so it's a progression. Okay, that's really interesting. And this deck is really beautiful. And these cards are very small, but the artwork is really fun because it's from a first person perspective. So the reader is the person in the action. So here, for instance, I would be the person doing this tattoo on the person. And the 8 of Pentacles speaks of mastering your craft. And so it seems like a really interesting example. You would definitely have to have faith in your craft in order to be tattooing people because it's indelible. So yeah, fascinating. So I'm looking back at the cards for a moment. There definitely is this element of progression, and the Pentacle suit is the earth suit. So it's the earthly realm, it's material, it's physical, it has to do with health or abundance, home life. Here I'm thinking health if we're thinking about the healing arts. So I can't wait to dive into the tarot and see what else we can learn. Spirit, can I have 4 cards, please? We're learning that the people that were attracted to reading number 3 are most likely healers of some sort, and that they incarnated for that precise reason. There could be other reasons because we can definitely have more than one purpose in life, but that this is a very strong drive in these people's life, and that there are a lot of elements in this path that attest to the importance of taking care of themselves and not only others. So let's see what you have to tell us. Let me feel this one. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. Another Pentacles suit. So an idea or opportunity that comes to you out of the blue, perhaps, that can help you in situations you find yourself in life. The sun. Wow. Beautiful. The sun, this beautiful, abundant, joyful energy. And I'm seeing the yellow behind behind the snakes here too. And so this energy, this creative energy that is really important when you're in a healing art. You need to have a lot of energy because you're often need to go and try and find a solution and deal with the situation at hand. And you need to have these energy reserves. There's also the orange here too, and there's the orange. That's really interesting. Okay, let's continue. This is a major arcana, so this is a real important archetypal energy that is basically part of your life and your purpose energy. So that's really interesting. Wow, another Pentacles card. So we have the Father of Pentacles, who is the King of Pentacles. So now we have the highest court energy, so the culmination of all the court energies. And this person might be you, because the court cards often speak to aspects of yourself or of people who come into your life and interact with you in a profound way. And so this could be you. And if that's the case, you are excellent at what you do, and you have everything that you need to do it successfully. So yeah, this is amazing. Let's see here. And then we have the Hermit. So once again, calling attention to the fact that you need to find your calm. So some people watching this reading could really be the healers who are out in the front lines, working as emergency workers, or in the hospitals, and having to deal with very, very serious cases. And you have this innate strength inside of you, and you're able to do this. You're able to stay grounded, and because the Pentacle suit is also dealing with, these are all Pentacles. You have no other suit here, by the way, so this is really, really crucial. It's the suit of Earth, so it means grounding, and so it's crucial to you to ground and to make sure that all this energy that comes to you from the universe or beyond needs to be grounded within a physical body in order to successfully fulfill your activity, whatever you're doing. But it could be, anyway, back to the idea that there are some people here watching that are really on the front lines and doing this exciting work. It would be crucial to remember to go within and find your calm and reground, and this card, this embracing card, is this beautiful, peaceful scene of this bird looking out onto the sunset. And so I think that this is a message for you from your higher self, that this importance to finding peace as well. Not just always go, go, go with the sun, solar energy, but to finding peace. And others of you are probably very spiritual and can do some energetic healing work, or perhaps you're artists and your artwork is healing for other people, and so you possibly are have a little bit of an easier time finding peace, I would imagine, because you're very used to that, and so that's encouraging as well. Let's get a couple more cards out and see what else we're learning about the situation. About, this reading about your life purpose. See this one, and I see this one. And I'm just realizing too, if you're a teacher, because I would consider that a healing art as well. If you're a teacher or a counselor, it would be crucial for you to find your inner peace and go within to rebalance yourself, because it must be very hard at times to, number one, be around a lot of energy. If you're a teacher or working in an atmosphere where it's like a group setting and there are a lot of different people and you're already very sensitive, so you can feel that. That can really weigh on you and deplete your energy sources. Or if you're working as some sort of therapist one-on-one, it's also a very heavy situation where you're listening to people's deepest, issues and problems. And again, being sensitive and empathic, you can often pick up on that energy, and you need to basically remember to clear yourself and recenter and align and find yourself in order to have the strength to move forward with another client. So it seems pretty straightforward, basically. Let's see here. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So we have the Eight of Pentacles twice. My goodness. I don't know what to make of that. That is incredible. It must be so important because it came twice. So let me see if something comes to me. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which is the card of choices and sometimes illusions. Sometimes it indicates that you have a lot of different choices about how to, proceed or start a new project or, which path to take. And sometimes it can indicate some confusion, like too many choices and you're not exactly sure about where to start. And so it could be that being a healer archetype, you literally do have this gift that expresses itself in many different ways. And you could be an artist as well as some sort of consultant or coach, or as well as you can volunteer at the school and help out children of need in the afternoons, and all of these things that you want to do to help because you really have this desire to be of help for people and make the world a better place. And that sometimes it's beneficial to make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into and try and kind of pick and choose, I would think. This Eight of Pentacles card is really interesting because it's basically it's the spider in her web. So it's really about a creative force. And I'm being reminded of the sun and this beautiful life force. So possibly you really are familiar with energy healing and how to channel energy, and that you are mastering your craft, or that you might want to consider, doing a program where you can start to learn about how to do this. This might interest you and you might be really good at it. Again, because don't forget, we got the King of Pentacles. So the success element is here. Spirit is saying it's absolutely possible and you could be very, very good at whatever it is that you want to do. So that's really, really interesting. And I'm also getting a message here with the spider web about how everything is interconnected in life and how your soul understands that and wants to bring something positive into the world that will, branch out into and affect everybody else here and beyond. So that could have something to do with it. Okay. Anyway, at this point, if you are not working in any sort of healing arts career or field, or you're not expressing this desire or talent for helping people heal, you might want to consider it, because Spirit is really saying that you have everything that it takes to be great at this, and that your soul probably really desires it. So, and it starts with taking care of yourself. And I just heard that too. It's really important to remember that. It starts with taking care of yourself. And it has probably been tough in life at times. But that's basically, those experiences help us to learn so much about ourselves and the world around us, and they strengthen our empathy. And anyway, let's move on. Two more cards to close this beautiful reading. Also, reading is a healing art, by the way. I just heard that too. So, any desire to help people in any way, even being a cook, it can be a healer, because, you bring joy and nourishment to people. There are so many ways that this beautiful archetype can express itself. So to be creative as well, and really just follow your heart. And you got the Empress. That is so beautiful. I kind of want to stop there. Should I draw one more? This one's sticking out. I guess I will. But the Ace of Swords. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I did. And this is fascinating, because I believe the reading number 2, I know that the reading number 2 had the Empress in this position. And was it the Ace of Swords that might have been in this position? Anyway, so Spirit is telling us that indeed an idea for how to move forward, if you're not already on this path in some way, will come to you. Absolutely. it'll be a burst of clarity and you'll understand it. And to take it into consideration, it will help you with all this confusion, and take it into consideration and see if you can move forward and start building or learning and seeing if that will be a possibility for you. And the Empress is this beautiful creative energy, which has been in both previous readings today. So Spirit is really saying this energy is so important to being a beautiful human on earth right now, to bring forth this feminine creative energy. The whole idea of birth, death, rebirth, the cycles of life, nurturing, creating, and being expressive, like being a part of all the life on earth. And that is just so, so beautiful. Here I'm feeling this feminine energy with the healer archetype, just because, and again, it's not gender related. It's not that it's only female or instead of male. It's that it's a feminine energy, this receptive, healing, nourishing energy that is the feminine side of us, and how important that is. And yet you also have this masculine, beautiful, action-oriented, illuminating energy, which is the masculine, which comes with the sun. So you've got a balance of both. And yeah, I mean, this is such a beautiful reading. It seems to me that you are a very sensitive and ancient soul that has come here to be a part of the upliftment of humanity and help heal, knowing that you're a part of the whole, knowing that you're a part of the collective, and that all of your actions matter and they bring effects to everything around you. And it's so beautiful. And anyway, I think I'm going to stop there. But if this reading resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe if you'd like to see other readings. And comment below which pile that you chose, because it's always fun for other commenters to see everybody's experiences. And it's great for the channel, which is new. This looks like such a beautiful, beautiful energy that you've brought to the world. And I wish you the best of luck and continue on. And I hope to see you next time. Bye, reading number 3. Hi, reading number 4. You've chosen the mystery card that came with the Ace of Wands descriptors card and the kunzite stone. The kunzite stone promotes deep inner peace and self-love by connecting the mind and the heart. So it's about spiritual growth. It's a very high vibrational stone. And the Ace of Wands is all about a burst of opportunity or inspiration in life. And the Wands being the suit that has to do with action, desire, and spirit. So some sort of inspiration. I'm seeing all these little globes in the salamander, and I'm thinking spirit. And your indicator card is indeed the Starborn archetype. And I want to read about this. It's a number 3, which is the number for creative expression and communication. I want to read about this card because I think that it will bring clarity to our situation. Okay, this is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. The Starborn, the Divine Child, the Star Child, the Destined. An elusive yet radiant aspect of the self, the Starborn archetype points to the cosmic spark of light. Wow! That arrives with each being at birth. The moment the newborn crowns, whether vaginally or surgically, the royal stars above are said to constellate in a unique shape that maps our path in the world. Absolutely, that's astrology. The idea of destiny is controversial, yet the Starborn naturally feels a sense of destination and purpose, aiming itself toward a future that is beyond the mundane. When this card appears, travel back to your birth story for clues and insight. What did you desire when you were young? Practice seeing yourself from a mythic point of view rather than as a series of logistics. Well, it continues on to say, read the story of the three fates and envision yourself born under the stars with a unique destiny. That's beautiful. I'm absolutely getting starseed energy from this card, although I think that we all are starseeds in some shape or form. I believe that we as humans have, come from the stars. We have DNA from many different star races, I believe. I hope that's not too controversial for you, but if you've chosen this card, probably not, because you're very connected. And there seems to be also the cosmic egg here, which is reminding me of the whole birth story. And when she was speaking to the explosion of cosmic energy and stars, I was thinking of the Ace of Wands. It couldn't have been more perfect. So, as well as the kunzite, very high vibrational stone. So I'm really excited about this reading, and you probably feel unique. You probably don't necessarily fit in too well because you really have not just a strong sense of purpose, as the book said, but also this feeling of this knowing, let's say, that doesn't really fit in with the way many people behave in life here on Earth, let's say, in the 3D paradigm. So let's dive in. I can't wait to see what your reading says. Okay. Spirit, can I get a card from this deck, please? Oh, wow. This one's come out right away. Trust your intuition. That's for sure. Absolutely. I'm sure you already do. Okay. Let's see here. I'd like to get one of these too. Okay, let's see this one. I'd like to get one of these. You might be hearing the thunder outside. There's a thunderstorm happening right now. There's also my dog, anxious downstairs. I'm gonna have to go and let her out in a moment. Seeing this one. One of these, please. Maybe all of those noises and action have something to do with your reading. We'll see. And I'd like to get one more of these Pocket Edition Tarot of Oneness cards. Okay, the Devil. Oh, wow. And it already turned out. So it already came out face up. So the Devil card, since it had flipped over, let's speak to it now. It's a card about limitation and sometimes addiction, sometimes being trapped in a situation that's not good for you. But that's not to say that this is something that is happening to you at this moment. It just could be that you've been presented with these situations a lot in your life. Perhaps you've been in relationships that were harmful to you, or in the sense, on whatever level it may have been, and that you've had this theme in life having to free yourself from these situations. But we'll learn more with the other cards. Let's see here. Oh, and then let me just speak to this again. This was the Amethyst, Trust Your Intuition card. And this is another very high vibrational and very connected to spirit stone, obviously related to the crown chakra. So clearly the energy is here. Okay, and then we have, I don't know how to pronounce that. How would you say that? JC? Jackie? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'd like to read about this goddess so we can see her message. This is the Feminine Myths Oracle by Ana Novas. Anyway, all of the decks that I use are always listed in the description box in case you're curious. Gosh, I'm loving that thunder. It's so strong. Okay, dreams. JC unravels the enigma of our unconscious, exploring the intricacies of our dreams and enabling us to decipher their profound messages. This goddess invites us to embrace the mysteries hidden deep within us. These mysteries are our trail of clues, leading us to the realization of our destinies. Fabulous. JC is the Tupi Guarani, goddess of the moon and night. She is the guardian of lovers and reproduction. JC was created by the great god Tupa so that her charms would make Guarasi, the sun god, rise and light up the day, freeing humanity from total darkness. Wow, that's beautiful. And I'm thinking of light work now, absolutely. How so often starseeds are here as light workers to raise the vibration on the planet, and how we do often have to deal with these darker energies because we transmute them. And so the Devil card makes a lot more sense when you think about it in those terms. Yeah, so I mean, it's not an easy life, but it's exciting, and there's always a sense of profound. The profound in this life for the Starborn archetype. Let's see another card. Flying, beautiful. Okay. It's like a flying horse, a Pegasus of some sort. Beautiful. So the ability to rise above, to see things from a higher perspective, perhaps. And then we have community with the rainbow and butterflies. And butterflies are the symbol of the classic symbol of transformation. So these are really beautiful. And I'm seeing these rainbow colors are also in the Starborn card. And there's a lot of energy, like light energy, like, you know, little sparkles or things flying. And yeah, so there's this sense of high vibrational. Well, I can't wait to get into the tarot. Let's see more about this message about reading number 4's purpose in this lifetime, and a special message from their higher self. Thank you. Four cards, please. I think that's 4, yeah. The moon, that makes perfect sense. Okay, let's see here. We'll go like this. Okay. So the moon is the card of illusion and the subconscious, and those with the Starborn archetype, I believe, often have this sense of, like I was trying to explain earlier, like the profound, like something that can't be understood, but it's like the mystical, that you know it's there. And the moon card is associated with the sign Pisces, and Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac has a lot of experience. They've basically they've learned, they've gone through all the signs of the zodiac and have picked something up from everything, from all the signs, and so they have a lot of wisdom and knowledge, but they have to like be okay with this feeling of not knowing exactly what's going on. I mean, they probably have more experience than the average soul, so they would be in a position to understand better, but yet they just still have this feeling where, you know, not everything is known. So there are things hidden. Then we have the 3 of Wands, okay. This card speaks to having had a plan and now watching it kind of take form, take shape. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the major arcana. These 2 are major arcana cards, so they're archetypal, very strong energy. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles and how, you know, we move through life in these cycles. I'm hearing that this could be a greater cycle. This could be speaking to a greater cycle, like the point in life that we're in right now, where Earth is, after 26,000 years, more or less, returning to a state of higher vibration, and things are going to start coming to the light to be cleared, and we'll start taking on more mystical gifts and understanding each other better, and starting to move towards taking care of the planet and living in a new way, a more authentic way. And this would absolutely be the reason the Starborn archetype is here on Earth at the moment, is to be participators in this moment in time, this monumental moment in time on Earth. So then we have the World. Oh my gosh, it's so powerful. I have the goosebumps. And you know what? I think I need to cover up this because YouTube doesn't like any cards showing skin. Anyway, the World card shows the completion of a cycle. And so basically after the completion, you start a new cycle. So, but the completion, again, I'm getting this message of having had so much experience and understanding it, and having this profound feeling of wanting to contribute to life in your own way, with your own specific destiny, let's say, but contributing to the greater whole. You know, like light workers, you know, the starseeds on this planet all have unique gifts. Everyone's story is completely unique to him or herself. And this is the way we come together and we help each other with our different gifts and our different perspectives in order to build something new. So, yeah, wow, this is really, really powerful. Let's get a couple more cards and move along. Oh, it just fell on the floor. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. So moving away from something. And we have two cards here. Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Okay, I'm going to move this over here to save space and it makes more sense to me. Okay, so the Six of Swords. Okay, so the sword suit is the mental suit in the tarot. And the Six of Swords is a card of moving on, like actually moving on to calmer waters, moving on after an exhausting experience. And being the mental energy, it's often about changing the way you think about things, changing your perspective. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So basically continuing on this message, the Knight of Swords is somebody who, wow, now it's raining. Can you hear that on the roof? That's lovely. Finally, we get these strange storms here where there's so much thunder, and sometimes there's very little rain, but just so much thunder. So now we're getting a little bit. I just stopped again. Anyway, okay, the Knight of Swords is continuing on this energy, the swords energy, and they basically have a very clear vision about what it is that they want to achieve. And here he's holding the sword of clarity, and so he feels very, very compelled to move forward in this direction. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can be a little bit reckless because he's still a young energy. He's older than the Page, but he's still a young energy. But he really, really has determination, and his energy leads to the Queen energy and then the King energy. So it's really, really important. And then we have the Page of Wands. So this is the younger energy, the messenger energy. And the Wand suit, again, being the suit of spirit, action, inspiration, desire. And the Page being the curious messenger, the one who, the youngest energy, who's closest to the inner child, really. And so this message is about the importance, precisely that, of trying to go back and understanding what it was that brought you joy when you were younger, or if you had some sort of general passions, to relook at them, to help you bring you direction to your life. Because the Starborn, while it's an ancient soul, while this archetype is usually a really ancient soul that has really lived through everything and beyond, just so many different experiences, they often feel a little bit lost, because like I was saying earlier, they feel like they don't fit in because a lot of the people around them just don't really get it. They kind of all made a decision to behave and work and feel in a similar way, and in a more mundane way, and I'm not trying to bring judgment to this situation, but it's just a different way of living. Feel more comfortable with a sort of system that was pre-decided and just kind of fit in, while the starborn usually feels really unique and different and doesn't necessarily know how to live in the world. Perhaps what I'm trying to say is, in the way of career or something, if it isn't attached to some mystical art or healing art or something. This could definitely overlap with the healer, which was reading number 3. But going back and trying to understand what it was that brought you joy when you're younger can sometimes give you some clues about what to do, like what direction to take in life, or if you're on the right path, if what you do does indeed bring you joy. Because in the end, your joy is what helps raise the vibration, and by raising the vibration, we're all better for it, because it's our vibration, the high vibration, that brings more opportunities and synchronicities to our lives, and we can move more in truth with higher consciousness, and ultimately help change this world into a more beautiful, peaceful, harmonious place to live and experience life. I'm drawn back now to the Ace of Wands. So you do have an idea of what it is, what direction you could take, and so that's helpful. Try and trust your intuition. You could already be on a path that is bringing you a huge amount of joy and a sense of purpose, and that's extremely possible. If that's the case, then you probably already know what your purpose is and who you are, and you're not having to still try and figure it out. So that's great too. But there's nothing wrong with not knowing, with not understanding, and with just having a general feeling of believing in the mystical and believing in the unknown, and knowing that there's more to life than what we've been presented with here in this 3D version of world here on Earth. But, taking your time to try and get to know yourself and figure out a direction to take, something that makes you feel happy with life. And let's get another card out and see if we can get a little bit more information. Community is going to be important. So I'm thinking that this reading does have something to do with the fact that star seeds incarnate on the planet are here basically to usher in the new world, the new paradigm, the 5D Earth, the golden era, however you want to call it. Every tradition has a different name for it, but it's this moment in the cycle where we're moving into this higher dimensional energy, higher vibrational energy, and it's time to heal the earth and work together and in truth and honesty, and leave the 3D aspects behind, the aspects of too much ego and not treating others as you would want to be treated, and really move into this beautiful new way of living. So, okay, let's take that one. The Fountain. This was an extra card in the deck. Let me see if I have the book somewhere so I can, okay, here it is. So I can read about this, the Fountain. Okay, let's see here. And this is the Fountain Tarot. So it's the card that the tarot was named after. B, okay, interesting. The fountain exists outside and beyond the cycles of birth, death, time, and form. It is the nameless, changeless source of which everything is a part. So this is our inner knowing. This is what we know to be the case, and we can't necessarily identify, but we're on an eternal quest to try and understand. It is the waking from the dream of separateness, which is the 3D paradigm, and identity, and the recognition of oneself as not only connected to all things, but all things divine nature. So it's more of what we've been speaking to. When the fountain appears in your reading, relinquish all illusion of control and remain quiet. It invites you to observe, master less, and to just be, effortless and indistinguishable from life. You are the voice and the breath of the universe, of universes. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. It actually makes me emotional. Then it says meaning, oneness. And that's just so beautiful. In fact, I was drawn to use the Tarot of Oneness today. Spirit was telling me, use it in some way in your readings. And the cards are small because it's a pocket edition. So I thought I would just kind of describe the mystery card with these cards. So that's cool. Oneness, a moment of cosmic clarity. Fully awake, the end of seeking. Enlightened being, surrender to that which you are, whole and perfect. So more of the same. Know that you come from all that is, that you are the stuff of life. This is just so, I feel so emotional. I'm sorry for the change in my voice, but it's so powerful. Can you feel this energy? This is just so beautiful. You know, we're all connected. We're all parts of the whole, the one, God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And we're here and we're working together and we have a mission. And the mission is to usher in the new way of living so that we can help heal the planet and heal ourselves and that our life can be more meaningful. So it's so powerful. And excuse me. And the fact that this card, this life purpose card came out last feels significant to me. I kind of feel like every archetype and, you know, even those beyond what we've drawn today are so fundamental and we're all parts of the whole. But I kind of feel like this is really that energy that is, you know, it's completion. And I love the advice to just be, because sometimes we feel like we have to do, we have to know, but it's great advice to just be and relax and understand. And it's often in those moments where the most clarity comes to us. You know, we will get that spark or idea. We will have synchronicity line up for us and help us understand which direction to take or what people we get to meet, or, you know, and everything kind of unfolds in this beautiful way. And it really feels significant. So this is beautiful, beautiful energy. You ancient and very strong soul that came here for no other purpose than to make a difference by just being yourself. And I think I'm going to stop there. And that's just so beautiful. And if this reading resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe if you'd like to see other readings. And comment, please comment what pile you watched if you feel comfortable, because it's beneficial to everybody, including the channel, which is new. And I greatly appreciate you being here. And I appreciate all the readings, all the archetypes, everybody. But I really feel an affinity to this beautiful energy, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, reading number 4.